2 weeks in a row being at home for your season?
I think it's really important for us. One, we need to get in school. We need to be in classes, and when you miss, a whole week of classes, it stresses our team out. So because they actually are student athletes, so so I think for them, that's important. But I think just sleeping in our own bed is important. I think we've been great at home, and so we want to be back and in front of our crowd, and we're looking forward to it. So. The road takes a lot out of you, especially in our conference. Crazy things happen, just like 10 sets last weekend in our 2 matches. So I think everybody's very excited to be back.
Yeah, 10-set weekend. I mean, you guys didn't make anything quick out there. Just the first one doesn't go well, second one goes well. Can you break down the weekend for us?
I thought we played better in our loss on Wednesday than we did in our win on Friday. Again, you're playing good teams all the time, so both teams are tournament teams, and you're at their place. So anytime you can beat a tournament team on the road or be in that match, you're doing okay. I mean, for us, we've been in scramble mode a lot, and I think we've had some pretty mature people step up and do some good things to put us in the match, so that was good. Taylor August was fantastic all weekend, and without her, it would have been really rough. But I'm really proud of what she's done, and I'm trying to figure out how to use her and use all the other pieces as we get more healthy. But I thought it was a lot of learning for us. The plus about playing 10 sets is that we get a lot of time to figure some stuff out. And so I thought Taylor learned every set as we went on, and some other people were able to step up. I thought Willow Johnson was great in the 5th set against Washington State. We really need her all the time, especially without being healthy. We need somebody else to step up and score for us. So I thought there were a lot of positives. We're really happy to get the Washington State win. We would have really liked to have had the Washington win, but we're fighting point for point with every team we play. So I think we're in a good position. The more comfortable we can get as we get healthy, I think we can start to separate ourselves a little bit.
You talk about Taylor, just how clutch is it that she's able to step out there and make an impact and help you guys win games?
No, I mean, she was massive. I mean, the balls that she's hitting, nobody else is hitting. So she's able to go over the top of, and Washington and Washington State are 2 of the best blocking teams in the country. I think 2 of the top 4 in the country, and they're huge. And she's able to play over the top of their block, and so it takes a lot of pressure off your passing because all you have to do is kind of throw up a ball for her that's hittable, and she's going to go do work. So she really made us a lot better this past weekend, and I think she's just getting really excited playing, and it's her senior year, and she's just starting to feel like I'm getting pretty good right now. So we just want to ride that all the way through, and I love that she's an Oregon kid. I think that's really special. So just a really good story, and I think her teammates are wanting to have her back, and she's becoming a leader and all those things. So it's an exciting time for us.
Is there any update on Julie Rasmussen at this point?
Yeah, we have her back in practice. We're hoping that she's going to be able to compete soon. But I think she looks a lot better to me. Again, I haven't wanted to rush her back. My goal is to have her for a long, extended period of time. So far since she's been at Oregon, it's been off on. So I'm trying to get her as healthy as we can. I mean, freak accidents happen, but she needs practice. And she really hasn't practiced much since she's been here, so it's been hard to keep her on the floor. So I want to play our best ball at the end, and I feel like we're in the process of doing that. So a big part of that is Jolie. How do we progress her back, and I'm working on it.
Because of August's performance, is it kind of tempting you to keep her at that outside hitter position regardless of when Rasmussen comes back?
Yeah, it is. And I don't really know how to do it yet. Our sport is funny that way, where you have to be in certain rotations, and we're pretty restrictive in what we can do. So I'm trying to be creative, but when you're creative, it also takes time to learn as a team how you do that, and we just really don't get a lot of time with our schedule. So again, we're going to have 4 matches in 7 days again here coming up, so you don't really get that luxury of practice when you're in season. So it is difficult, but I think Taylor is able to keep us in the match offensively right now, so I'd hate to get rid of that. If other people can step up and maybe it makes more sense to spread it back out again, we can do that. But at least for now, I feel like her on the left is pretty dynamite.
How important is it at this point to just make progress in the standings and with your record with these home games?
Yeah, well, I mean, for us, we always need to protect Matthew Knight, So we've only dropped 1 match so far, and that was against Stanford. So if we can keep being successful at home, that's great. Plus, I want the crowd to just be as involved as possible. So anytime we can get them feeling good when they leave, that's a plus. So I think it is important for us to play great here, and I think our team is really excited to do that. As far as, it'd be nice to put together a winning streak again. When you're on the road and you go +1, -1, +1, -1. I mean, that can take you. But our RPI is holding strong at 9. And that's the number we're really looking at. So that's very that's important to us. So if we can string together some wins, I think we can get that number to move up a little bit more, and that would be nice come tournament time.
But is there a danger? You're playing teams this week that if you lost to them would really probably hurt your RPI because of their RPI.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way, but yeah, anytime you lose to a team that you need to beat, that's going to hurt us. But I think right now, just what we're dealing with, we're much more focused on ourselves, which I think is a good thing for us right now. So it doesn't matter who we're playing this weekend. And Arizona and Arizona State are both very good teams. And they had chances to beat a lot of really good teams lately. And Arizona actually did sweep USC at their place, who's top 15, in the RPI. So I don't think for us we're distracted by who we're playing. It's more of we're trying to get better right now just based upon what we've been dealing with. So I think that's a plus at this point.
In a conference where it is hard to get a winning streak going considering the competition, do you take last week as a win and win? Obviously it was a loss, but do you come away with pretty good momentum after last week?
Yeah, I'm constantly telling the team, try to stay away from the high highs and low lows, We lost by 2 points, we won by 2 points. So what does that mean? It just means we didn't execute enough the first night, and we have to believe that. It doesn't mean, we're terrible and then, we're awesome. No, we were better the night we lost, So I think that's what I've been preaching to them all year, is that we have to be more mature in how we go about every point. And we just have to do our jobs and our responsibilities more and more consistently at a higher level every time, so that we understand that it's not about the wins and losses so much, it's about how we're progressing.
Just kind of curious, have you noticed any difference in Lindsey Vanderweyde in practice from this year to last year?
In practice? Nope, pretty similar. I think she's trying to be more of a leader. I think she's trying to be more vocal. I think she's trying to step up. Again, with the loss of Amanda Benson and then the loss of Brooke and Jolie, it's put way more on her in the ball control department than I was hoping. So she's really had to focus on serve receive for us this year to be successful. So it's really taken a toll on her offense. But if Lindsey hits a great offensive night but doesn't pass well, we're going to lose bad. So it's more important for her to do what she's doing for us, and I think people get caught up in the hitting numbers, which I know she would like to do better, and so would we. So we're trying to figure that out. But most importantly for us is the first contact, and I think she's doing a great job fighting off serve after. She gets so many serves, and we're having her pass half the court. So she's doing a great job dealing with it. I think she had against Washington State, she wasn't hitting well, and they had a really tough matchup on her. And I said, can you find a way to help us? And I think she had a career high in digs. So she was able to help us that way, and that's what she can do for us. She can help us in so many ways, even if it's not scoring. So she made it possible for Taylor to have 24 kills.
Going back to August, what made you decide to put her in this position 2 weeks ago?
We were on the road at Utah, Colorado, and Lauren Page has done a great job, but she's much more comfortable in the middle. She was not having a great time on the left, and that was hurting us. So it felt like Taylor didn't really want to be on the left when I asked her to be, but I just said sorry, and you're going to do it anyway. And then she could have said she didn't want to or whatever, but she did anyway, and she embraced it. And look at what she's done. So we just needed to have better touches on our pins, and I knew Ronica could play right and do a really nice job there, so I didn't feel like we were going to lose anything, and we have depth, and the one place we've had depth is in the middle, so I felt like we needed to use that a little bit more, and that made a little more sense to us, so that's why I went for it. And it was, I don't know if it was the right move or not, but Taylor's responded well to it. So
recently, Maggie Scott received recognition for becoming the 4th Duck in program history to reach 30,000 assists in her career. What seems to be working as far as aggression on the court, communication with her team?
Maggie's just so solid. She's just a really good volleyball player. She has great feel, great instincts, and she's been a setter her whole life, as opposed to August Rasky, who's done setting and hitting. Maggie's just a true setter, and so she's just been very consistent for us and sets really hittable balls to our hitters, and so a nice connection. And she's been a constant for 4 years. So I think that's why you get those kind of numbers, is when you can just be consistently good over your career. So that's just a credit to her of how she's done that.
Overall, what are your goals for the rest of the season?
How big can you get? We came in with really big goals, and those haven't changed. You never know what the path is going to look like, and our path has kind of been very windy and hills and valleys. But I'm hoping that at the end of the year we're peaking right where we want to be, and I think based upon our last 2 practices we're in a good direction. So yeah, we only have 6 weeks left in our regular season. Time flies, and so for us it's just, can we keep improving every day, and we have the last 2 days, so we just need to continue to do that.